Video games are meant to be harmless fun, but there have been a few shocking cases where they've been linked to crimes so severe they ended in life sentences. In an utterly heartbreaking 2018 criminal case in Milwaukee, the body of 15-year-old Dennis King was found on May 20th. He had been stabbed and beaten with a hammer, and his attacker apparently tried to burn the body. A 22-year-old Malik Terrell was later arrested in connection with the crime. Terrell reportedly believed King had stolen a video game console, and he fled to Chicago after the killing. He pleaded guilty to killing King with the help of his younger brothers.
He was such a good boy. I can't understand how an adult would treat him and, treat him so brutally.
At his sentencing hearing, Terrell offered a slightly different version of events. He apologized to King's family before saying, "It wasn't over no video game. You're right, it was because he came back to my house and tried to attack me. I got the stab wounds to prove it. I just overpowered him." The judge interpreted Terrell's statement as a lack of remorse and sentenced him to life in prison without parole.
On a scale of 1 to 10 for homicides, this is about a 15.
Terrell's mother received 3 years for helping him, and his younger brother was sentenced to 18 months. Terrell later appealed, arguing that his attorney and the prosecutor had misled him into pleading guilty, but the Wisconsin Court of Appeals rejected the claim. A particularly disturbing incident involving a new PlayStation 5 took place in New Hampshire in 2023. Thomas Humphrey, 47, was living with his mother, Linda Tufts, who bought him the console for his birthday. The two reportedly got into an argument about how loud his gaming session was. The argument escalated, and Humphrey stabbed his mother, but sadly, it didn't end there. When police arrived, they found Humphrey alone in the cellar with self-inflicted wounds. By then, his mother was dead. He had stabbed her repeatedly and tried to burn the evidence. Prosecutors charged him with second-degree murder and arson. Surprisingly, Humphrey pleaded guilty to all his charges. Even so, his case took time to resolve, and his sentencing didn't take place until June 2024.
This is, as I said, in my more than a decade on the bench, one of the most brutal murders that I've presided over.
Humphrey was sentenced to 40 years in prison for the murder, plus an additional 5 to 10 years for the arson, to be served consecutively. Not every gamer who got a life sentence committed a violent crime. British teenager Arian Kutaj was a serial hacker, but he never hurt anyone. In fact, some gamers might even appreciate what he did. The Grand Theft Auto 6 leaks reshaped expectations for Rockstar's most highly anticipated release ever, and Kutaj played a key role in getting that information out. Kutaj was part of an international hacking group called Lapsus. At the time, he was already out on bail for a separate hack when he broke into Rockstar's servers using nothing more than his phone, an Amazon Fire Stick, and his hotel TV. That is an impressive technical achievement that likely cost Rockstar a huge sum of money that's difficult to calculate. He even broke into an internal Slack channel and threatened to leak the game's source code. After his arrest, Kutaj was reportedly violent in custody and showed no remorse. As a repeat offender who kept expressing his desire to be released and commit more cyber crimes, he was shown no leniency. But because Kutaj has severe autism, he was sentenced to life in a psychiatric hospital, unless doctors eventually decide he no longer poses a risk.